Yes, now on Al Jazeera is Adnan Abu Hasna, who is the media advisor for UNRWA, that's the UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees. He's joining us from Cairo. Thank you very much for your time, Mr. Adnan. Israel, as we mentioned, they're not only blocking aid getting into Gaza, they're also targeting people trying to access the little food that's managed to get into the territory. Just talk to us about the difficulties right now for people in Gaza to get anything to eat.
Yes, we are talking about hundreds of thousands of Gazans that are actually starving in the northern part of the Gaza Strip and the Gaza city. So what we are seeing there that, pushing people to do things that, they never had done before, like, gathering with tens of thousands of people waiting for the trucks to get into Gaza city, and there is no police, there is actually no system there that they can protect, the convoys. And on the other hand, and many times, the Israeli forces, they open fire, at many of the people, and many had been died and injured, in some occasions, in the northern part of Gaza Strip.
Yeah, we've reported also on people now leaving northern Gaza because there's no food there. WFP has suspended food deliveries to the north. And the last time UNRWA, your agency, was able to make deliveries to the north was last month. So, what are people there relying on? How are they able to survive? And those who make it to the south, are they finding enough aid in that area?
They're finding nothing, actually. They are really starving. Even, animals' food, they're not there anymore. They tried to use it for a while, but now everything is gone, actually. There is no even, food for animals. That the Palestinians in many places, they, trying to maneuver around that and to make, some bread from it. But now there's no more something like that. And we are communicating with people, contacting people there, and they are telling us that they are starving, and family breadwinners actually they stopped eating and to allow their kids to eat one meal in 24 hours or 48 hours, and we are afraid that people there will start dying because of they have nothing to eat actually.
Yeah, a sad situation, really. You mentioned some of the obstacles to deliveries, but at the same time, we've seen that the flow of aid has reduced sharply in the last few days. Why is that the case, that in the last few days, the flow has reduced considerably?
Yeah, unfortunately, that the number of trucks that Israel allowed, to get into Gaza Strip this month is nearly 50% of the trucks that had been allowed in the last month, and it resulted, actually that many people they don't have, enough food. Even we don't know how to distribute. Some trucks that getting into Gaza that we have now, the average of trucks that getting into Gaza is 80 trucks. And among them, you find water and medicine. And we are the remain body in the Gaza Strip, the only body who is responsible for distributing, food and water and medicine in the Gaza Strip. They ask us to distribute 50 trucks or 60 trucks to 2.3 million Palestinians on all over the Gaza Strip. So it's normal. It's normal that there is a reduction in flour, reduction in everything, not only in food cans and in water and everything.
Mr. Adnan Abu Hasna, let me ask you a final question. There is a lot of talk right now about a possible ceasefire. The Americans have mentioned this before the start of the holy month of Ramadan, which, of course, is a month of fasting for Muslims. And you wonder how Muslims in Gaza, the people of Gaza, can fast under the circumstances they're living in today. How hopeful are you that this ceasefire could happen, and how much do you think it will alleviate the situation in the near term?
If there is a real ceasefire and opening really a humanitarian corridor to get the aid into Gaza Strip and in the north, and Israel should open other crossing points. Israel has 7 crossing points with the Gaza Strip. It's not only Rafah and Kerem Shalom or Kamal Abu Salam. They have to open other crossing points and to push all the assistance and the food into the Gaza Strip, and to allow us to reach to all places and to accelerate the mechanism of trucks inspection, actually, which is very slow. And now they are talking about thousands of trucks on the Egyptian side, because the mechanism, that is the tools that had been used by the Israeli authority, to inspect the trucks, it's unbelievable. It does not work. So they have to change all the mechanism and to allow us to get into all places, to reach all the population. And we believe in Ramadan, there is a chance, there is a window with a real ceasefire.
Thank you so much for talking to us. Adnan Abu Hasna from UNRWA, the
Thanks.
UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees, joining us there from Cairo.